We're live.
We're live. I think we are.
We're going live.
Hi, little bit. Hi,
Hey, little
replay.
replay
Sagacious.
angel.
We're not normally Monday night, are we?
No, it's kind of like Monday Night Football.
It is. And
Yeah,
there's no school this week. So, why not?
why not?
So, how are you, CJ? We'll wait till a few comes in. This
Yeah,
has all changed, this message delay. Oh, this is all right. Okay. Got it. Sorry, love. Go ahead.
we're like fish out of water, dear. Fish out of water.
I know.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I had a little bit of a meltdown in the wee small hours. But I realized what I was dealing with, and I'm back to being okay.
Are
I'm
you back
okay.
to being okay today?
I'm okay. I'm okay. Humble crumble. I like it.
Oh, I like it too.
I'm
And
thinking apple crumble.
apple rhubarb crumble.
Oh, Jesus, no. What are you talking about? Rhubarb is the devil.
No.
Oh, no.
Oh,
No.
hold on. Oh, this is cool. You can actually change things on StreamYard. You don't have to, you can change it on live chat rather than having to go in and do it in studio, if that makes
Uh,
sense.
no.
Here we go. That's it. So, well, do you want to talk about what happened last night?
I will talk about it, yes. Well, it was like 2:30 in the morning here in Texas, Scotland, and I couldn't sleep. And I thought to myself, whose dulcet tones could lull me into a lovely sleep like a lullaby? And I thought, oh yeah, the DeLorean. She's like watching paint dry. And so I moseyed on over, and they'd already been live an hour or so, but I went back to the start uh, to watch it. And they'd only been live about 10 minutes, and the lovely Jamie, like in theory, uh, said, remember that time, Lindsay, when CJ uh, tried to get the judge to fuck about with your child custody case?
All right.
Well, Drew, I about shut up out of that bed quicker than you could say, welfare check, wellness check. And I skipped forward to the where they were live, and went into the chat, and all I said was, uh, Lindsay, Lindsay was saying at the time how she hates gaslighters and liars. So I just said, Lindsay, you are a gaslighter. Stop lying about me. Uh, to which she said, and then I said, give me a link. And she said, well, first of all, Jamie said, oh, it's that fat cunt CJ. Sorry for fat CUNT CJ.
Wow.
She's been flapping her big fat mouth everywhere lately, and she better shut her big fat mouth. Lindsay then called me the fat C word about 20 times, said she was going to knock my one remaining tooth out, which is, Lindsay, I got more than one tooth, my darling, so you'd be there a while. I don't just have it's the ones at the top. I still got all my bottom ones, my darling. So I hope you come prepared, to be knocking out more than one. Then she just kept saying, tell me how I've lied about you and whatever. But I wasn't going to get into that in the chat. She wouldn't let me up. He continually called me names. She did. So I just went live on my own channel. And if you haven't seen it, I will tell you all again that I was live one night talking about lichen. And someone came in and told me that Lindsay had put up 3 fat shaming memes about me. And I said on the live, well, I wonder what the judge in the custody case would think about that bullying shit. Lindsay now goes around, says publicly that I tried to mess with her custody case. Now, this is a problem, right? This is a problem because not only did I have nothing to do with her custody case, I've never spoke to anybody in Lindsay's life. I've never even spoke to Lindsay. And also I live in the UK. But you see how that they will use things to perpetuate their own narrative of being a victim when she is not a victim of mine. Lindsay came for me. Why is it that calling somebody fat is just seen as that's fine, that's no problem, that's okay? But if I was to call Lindsay, you know, certain things to do with her life, it would be a tragedy. It would be, oh, you can't say that. But you can call. The people in her chat thought it was hilarious that I was being called fat. And I guarantee you that they're not all skinny minis, right? It's just, if you want to come for me, come with actual shit. Don't just make stuff up, twist things to make yourself seem like a victim.
But
You're
why
not
were
a
you even brought
victim.
out?
He
Why?
brought me into it. He brought me into it for no
Right.
reason. I don't know. Can you tell me where his evidence is that I've been everywhere flapping my fat mouth? I haven't been live on my own channel. So he's just a liar. Just a total liar.
Well, I just don't. I just don't understand why you would have been brought up in that. I mean, you haven't been speaking about anybody.
No.
You've been minding your own business, toodling along. This was months and months ago. So are we going to start bringing up shit that we've said months ago to start more shit? Hey, Deputy Do.
Well, is everybody going to be held accountable for things that they say in anger? Because I wouldn't have mentioned Lindsay that night if she hadn't put up those memes. This is, did anybody actually believe that I was getting off my live and contacting a judge in America? Did
No.
anybody actually think that? Because that's what Lindsay's saying. Lindsay's saying that me in Scotland was going to get off my live and try and mess about in her custody case, which, by the way, has been over for a long time.
And it's got nothing to do with YouTube. Let's be honest, got nothing to do with YouTube. I never had a problem with Lindsay until she put out that vile, nasty video about TT and her daughter. That was it for me. That was it. That was my
Yeah.
line that I won't go back on and I won't go over.
Well,
That was too much.
let's talk about that for
Hey,
a second.
Sassy.
Juror, right? Lindsay is going to sit there and try and degrade my character because I said something in anger because she came for me, right? All I said, little bit, she put up 3 pictures, fat shaming pictures of me. I got told about it while I was on a live. And all I said was, oh, well, maybe I'll let the judge know about this bullying she's doing on YouTube. I said it. It was an off the cuff remark. No way in this earth was I going to do it. Like, you know how when Jamie says he's going to shoot people in the face, but people give him a pass because he wasn't really going to do it. You know, Lindsay, how you give Jamie a pass for all these things. What about you, Lindsay? What about you plotting to get a child removed from its home? Remember? What about you saying the things you've said about TT's kid? Don't ever try and compare yourself to me, Lindsay. We're not in the same league, darling. Nowhere fucking near it. You're pure evil. Evil. And every time you fucking say that about me, I'm going live to say that you're a liar. I've never contacted anybody to do with you, and I never would. But if we're going to play by the rules of if you say it, then you've done it, then you better think again about your fucking friends and the things you've said. Sorry, honey.
No, here, girl, I'm with you. Now, let's be honest here. Should you have mentioned the judge? Probably not. But then again, as you say, you've done nothing to this woman. Nothing, right?
Well, hang on a minute. So, was I not correct? Was I not correct that wouldn't the judge be interested in seeing how she spends her time online, putting up bullying, harassing images against somebody who'd done nothing to her? I've
Well,
never spoke about her.
I know, I
Never.
get it. But again, CJ, right? You know, that's gone offline. That is going offline. I stopped any shit with her. I support TT. After that video, that was enough for me. I don't watch the woman. I refuse to watch her. And that's it. But she can't bring up things that you've said 6 months ago in anger that you would never have done.
You know
would
what?
never have done that.
You know what I'm a little bit sick of, right? Me as a woman who has one daughter who's an adult, so they can't go at me about being a mother, right? Because my daughter's an adult. I've never been on drugs, so
Nope.
they can't call me a junkie. I've never been an alcoholic, so they can't say I drink, right? I've never done anything illegal, so they can't call me a felon, right?
True.
So the one thing they can say about me, and the one thing they say about me over and over, is I'm fat and I've lost teeth. So why can't I? Why? What does that mean? That I'm fair fucking game, right? Because I can't say anything. Apparently, I can't say. You know, being fat is my real fucking life. So why is that allowed to be
Well, it
used?
shouldn't be.
And it's a-okay, but I can't bring up something that, by the way, I only know because Lindsay brought it here. Lindsay's talked about it publicly, and I can't use that when she's sitting there making me look taking the piss out of me physically. But if I say, well, maybe I'll let the judge know in anger with no intention of doing it, and I'm fucking evil.
You're not
I'm
evil.
evil.
You're not evil.
No. I'm sick of not having. I can't sit there and cry and use the excuses that all these fuckers use for things that they've done. Listen, I'm fat. I made myself fat. Me, my choice. What I eat in my lifestyle. The same as the fucking junkies are junkies because of what they chose. The felons are felons because what they did. But we're not to talk about that. Well, that's going real life. That's going real life. But nobody bats an eyelid when I'm fucking marked over and over for my real fucking life. And I'm sick of it.
No, I get it. Nobody should be. I think when you have to go low and make memes about somebody's physical appearance, you've lost the fight, right? You never said one word about that woman, not one word. And I know that. She started on you first for no reason.
None.
And she put up memes. And this is the bit that gets me. It's like they're a pack of fucking sheep, right?
Yep.
They support somebody, so they have to go all out and then start attacking other people because someone else doesn't like this person, right?
Yep.
That person hasn't done one thing on them. Not one thing. But yet...
Amen, Chloe. Amen. Don't you worry, my darling. I might not say much, Chloe, but I know what's going on. And I know exactly what you're talking about, my darling.
Oh, Jill, he's an absolute clown. An absolute clown. Yeah, sheep and pigs. Like, really? That's another thing.
You see,
No,
Jill, I
see,
don't know.
I get it. You're angry. You were right to be angry. I would be fucking angry listening to a live stream and your name coming up like that for no reason. You didn't do anything on this woman.
No.
You haven't spoke about anyone.
No. You don't need to, though. You
No.
don't. Sometimes saying nothing, people hate you for. So,
Oh, yeah, I mean, I get this. I've been hearing little things around the tubes that apparently I have told you to shut your fat mouth and not to be doing drama. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
As if
Yeah.
I could control you, CJ.
Anybody who knows me knows. Well, if you're controlling me, then who controlled me the first 3 years? Lorraine defended me the first to control me. Nobody controls me. Nobody controls me. I just handle things differently than a lot of people. I don't. Well, I am the way I am because of my experiences on YouTube. Other people will learn through time. But yeah, Jura doesn't control me in any way. If anything, Jura must go to bed at night thinking, "What the fuck am I going to wake up to in the morning with CJ?" Because I don't. I have never asked.
Hey, Tinksy.
I mean, I don't even
No.
think I've ever asked you for advice.
No.
I do what I'm going to do.
And I support you. And I
Yeah.
support you. I've always said that. I've said, CJ, wherever you end up or wherever you go for it.
You have.
It's none
Yeah.
of my business. And it won't affect our friendship. I've
No.
always said that.
No.
And I support you. And I'm your friend. I have friends from all different communities. That's the way we roll. And it's okay. And I've always said that I don't get involved in other people's fights. So say, for example, you and Replay started to have a fight and an argument. I'm not getting into the middle of that because I like you and I like Replay.
Exactly. Yep.
I don't think that's wrong.
It's not wrong. It's the way it should be. It's the way it should be.
But I mean, like, I don't know about you. I have been a few truth bombs this weekend. I've had to sit down.
Yeah, you need stuff going on. Yeah, it's been crazy. I mean, literally crazy. I don't know. Nothing shocks me anymore. I mean, nothing. It's just.
I think I'm too green, and that's just it. Now I shouldn't be shocked about what I hear on here. But you know something, see, when it's all, when you sit down and actually listen to things, it makes sense.
Yeah.
It absolutely does make sense.
Yeah, I mean.
Now, good juju, that's not to say I don't lose my head at times, because I do. I've no problem coming up here and speaking for myself. Neither has CJ or Sagacious. None of us do. I'm certainly not one of those creators that say, oh, subs shouldn't be talked about or called out. I didn't sign up for that. No, I didn't. If you're running your mouth about me in chats, I'm going to come over to my own channel. And yeah, I'm going to call you out. Why wouldn't I? I think it's more mature instead of tippy-tappy around comment sections. That's my opinion.
Yeah, that's true.
If you've anything to say about me, come on over and say it. I've very few people blocked on this channel.
Well, I mean, here's the thing with the sub thing. On YouTube nowadays, we all know now that everybody has a channel. Everybody has the means to go live if they want to go live, okay? So if you are gonna respond to Jura or comment about Jura or any other creator, then you can't really, I mean, where's the expectation that they can't retaliate? There shouldn't be any expectation, because if you decided tomorrow to fire up a live, you can do that. You can do it. So I don't buy into that either. I think it's you should be able, if you're going to be big Billy Brave bollocks and go for somebody that has a channel, then you're being naive to think that they don't
Yep.
have a right to reply.
I started my channel last January. I didn't really go live until the summer. And the reason I went live is because I wanted my voice to be heard
A lot of
against
people
the
did.
lies that was told against me by the one and only Dorothy, right? And I had to defend myself. So that's what I did. I didn't really want to go live every week and do this, but I did. And I would, and I still will, because that's why we've got a channel. I was only a clip channel. I wasn't a live channel. But I hit that live button and I started to defend myself to get my voice heard. We can all do that.
A lot of people have done that. A lot of people have done that. I mean, I agree, Chloe.
Yep.
Yes, I agree.
I agree, Chloe. Now, saying that, I don't think a whole chat should be pulled up and dissected and ripped apart. No. I do know that people do that. That I'm not, no, I wouldn't do that. But I think if there's a few comments that are really over the line, yeah, I think everybody, a creator or a sub, has a right to call that out and respond to it. Because otherwise, people would be saying whatever the fuck they want on here.
Yeah, exactly. You mean you talking about accounts like that we don't know who they are, Jill? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, they aren't a real person.
Well,
Opens the door for them to do anything
see,
and just say they aren't a real person, slippery slope, yuck. Yeah.
I mean, I get there's two sides to that, Jill. There's two sides, right? Because when it's an account that's coming for you personally, and that is all that they've set up to do is to personally attack one person, then it's very frustrating that what
Hey, factory.
what we've heard.
Well, yeah, I mean that I heard, and no.
That's absolutely. I mean, we've all heard Captain. We've all
Yes.
heard him. He couldn't be further. He's the most Australian sounding man I've ever heard.
Not
Come
really, little
on.
bit.
That
Not
is
really, little
reaching.
bit. I didn't, I see comments, lots of comments, sometimes about me in chats. I don't share everything. And the things they're saying isn't certainly things that I'm sharing, but yet they can call me out on it. I don't think so. I don't give a shit. Call me out on it. If you want to call me out every day, but I'm going to respond to you. And I have that right.
I think a little bit. I think that there is a line, right, that has to be drawn. I agree with you. I think that as Jura just said, people who just go in and start ripping apart a whole chat and attacking subscribers for participating in a live chat, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. They shouldn't be ripped to bits for that. What we're talking, or what I think I can speak for Jura, what we're talking about is when people come for us directly, right? So either leave us a comment or say something on a panel. Because remember, there are people who don't upload or go live, but they will go on other creators' panels. So I think that's more what we're talking about, right, Jura? I'm certainly not saying like let's take Chloe tonight, right? Chloe's made a few comments. Now, if somebody was to see that, disagree with Chloe, and go live ripping Chloe to bits. I don't agree with that.
No, that's not right. No. But if Chloe, I'm saying Jert, Tinksy, I said hello, my friend.
He
Love you,
thinks he-
Tinksy. No, if Lil Bit's in here tonight and somebody on a live later on says, did you see that Lil Bit in yours? She's this, that, and the other. And rips you apart, then the chat starts ripping you apart. That's wrong, Lil Bit. You
Yes.
haven't done anything. You haven't said anything outrageous about any one creator. But if you're in here and you're going, say, at Susie in the drama community, and you're calling her terrible names, well, Susie has a right to call you out.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. I agree. That's what I guess what I'm trying to say is it's when you go for someone directly who has a platform and then are surprised when they mention it or they talk about it. Yeah, I agree, Chloe. Oh,
There's
well,
a fine line, isn't there?
little bit. You can't go anywhere without disappointing somebody on these streets, my darling. I got people, little bit, who claim to love me. Oh, they love me. And because I didn't say anything, hate me. Hate me now. I'm a flip-flopping motherfucker. I haven't went anywhere. I mean, I'm still here. So where I flip-flop to, I'll never know. But yeah, it's amazing how much you can offend people by doing nothing.
But I think, now, don't get me wrong, subs have a right to say what they, if they feel strongly about something, yeah, why not? They want to join in the conversation. I get that. But if you're going hard at someone, that creator does have a right to call you out, in my opinion. Others might not agree with that, but I didn't certainly sign up for that. It's not in my rule sheet anyway.
Well, we all do it a little bit, huh?
Well, we
Yeah,
do,
we all do it
yeah,
a little
probably
bit.
a bit,
If
yes.
I see somebody, that is loving all over somebody that I don't like, then of course I'm like, oh, you suck. But I would have to have a reason. I know, like an actual reason, not just that. Well, I don't really agree with like when it's not actually related to them in any way. Like I haven't done anything to them in any way, but I'm a bad guy all of a sudden. That's a bit hard to take.
Well,
Especially when you've only ever been nice to the people. It's upset. It's depressing, really. But
well, no, I mean, I think unless someone actually does something to you personally, I won't have a problem. If someone done something to me personally, then that's fair enough, me having a problem. But I wouldn't expect the whole chat to have a problem with them. You see, to me, I don't go with that. I'm not into this group think, and I'm not going to. I'm just not.
the a little bit makes sense, but the half-hour rants because I disagreed. Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah.
Listen, that's what we're saying. Disagreeing with something shouldn't mean that you can be ripped apart. No, I'm against that. You have your right to your opinion, Jill.
Hey
100%.
Billy.
I'm talking more about when people are abusive towards creators. When they just lie about them or they degrade them or they say, "Oh, hey, Billy, sweetheart." Then they've got to take whatever retaliation is coming back. Of course I do, Wendy, and I praise the good Lord above that you've seen the light.
Welcome, Wendy. I don't know who you are, but you're very welcome.
I
Hey
will
Ginger.
certainly make sure you're unblocked, my darling. And there's another example, Wendy, where you probably saw that I never mentioned that person. Never mention it. mention her, but she was just in a chat the other night, guys, saying that she gets stuff sent every day of me talking about her. I literally haven't spoken the name in months. Months. Yeah, Jude's always disagreeing. Jude's always disagreeing. I
And
don't
JD,
shout
but
at
this is what I love. JD, for example, right? We can have very different opinions about things, and there's been back and forth. But you know what? I love the way she stands her fucking ground, right? She will stand her ground, and right is right and wrong is wrong.
Yes, I've
And
seen that
that I
completely.
admire.
Yeah.
She will not follow sheepthink. She definitely won't. And what Replay said, I'm going to agree with you. Not for 1 minute do I think anyone brought Brett here. And again, Brett can go wherever he wants. It's YouTube. And I don't believe, I never heard of the man. That's it.
Listen, and I certainly don't think anybody brought Brett here because I watched it. I saw what happened. He went on to what's the girl's name?
Boss
Bitch.
bitch.
He went on to Boss Bitch's panel,
He
and
did.
Brett saw him and figured him out everywhere.
That's exactly what happened.
Yeah, I don't watch her, Wendy. To be honest, the only reason I know that she said that the other night was someone sent me the screenshots, but I don't look at anything to do. I've kind of forgotten about her, and most of the people in this community did suss it out, because it was obvious that I wasn't saying anything. Like I said last night, you can't claim to be a victim when you're the one that follows the person all over the place. People see it. People aren't blind, But I'm really glad to see you, Wendy. Wendy, I've known Wendy for a good long time. Years, I think. What was I saying there?
We were talking about
Brett.
Yes, Brett.
So I know that he brought Brett here. Now, a lot of people got angry with me because I spoke up that night. In retrospect, I think I jumped the gun a little bit too quick. But I'll tell you why again, right? I watched the live the night before I did my live, and I was really blown away by some of the things that were said. And I went into a panic, right? Because I didn't want people who my haters saying, oh, CJ supports, because you know what they do? They handpick things, right? They would have said that I supported rape and I supported this and this and this and this, right? And I jumped the gun, I guess.
No, I think you're a bit like me. For me, I wouldn't be going over to his channel, right? I don't go to lots of people's channels. He's not my cup of tea, right? Do I find some of the things he comes out with very offensive? Yes, I do, right? So I don't go into his channel. But everyone else can go and knock themselves out and go wherever they want. It's none of my business.
That's what I'm trying to say. I wasn't telling it. Oh, thank you, AJ, sweetheart. I love you too, my darling. I wasn't telling anybody that they couldn't support the guy.
No.
I was just trying to draw a line in the sand and say that I didn't, and it's not even so much that I didn't support him as a person, is that I didn't stand by the things, the words that were said. That was it. And people, I've seen people say I was defending Lycan. I must have said about 1,000,000 times in that live, I am not defending him. This is not about him. It's about me and my channel. So, but I just want to make that very clear. And after last night, experiencing, having a reminder of what Lycan is truly all about, then I don't care what Brett says when it comes to him. He can say whatever he likes. No problem.
Well, again, I don't listen to him. He's not my cup of tea. I'm sure I'm not his cup of tea, so that's all good, grand. You know, there's some people that just, no. I mean, I hold my hand up. I'm a prude.
That's the way I feel, JD. Sandy, you know I got nothing but love for you, my darling.
Sandy's a good one.
Oh, yeah, definitely. The best thing I got from ever singing karaoke on Natasha Cooper's was Sandy. But I totally agree, JD. That's the way I
Yeah.
feel.
You know, I think, Jill, you know, there is double standards here. Let's just be honest. There is. It just really depends what side, and there is a side. People can say there's not, but there's sides. Of course there is. This side and that side, or whatever side. You know, but it's actually okay to be on your own side.
Yeah.
You can actually stand on your own. And that's what I'm doing.
Little bit, I totally agree with you, and that's the way I wish everybody could be. Wendy, thank you so much for saying that. You don't know how much that means to me. Can I just say though, I'm not Marie. I did things in retaliation to Marie that I would never do again. I did things that I regret, but I did try to move on from her a long time ago, and she just never. She said she's still going on, right? And I can't do anything about that but ignore it. But it was a two-way thing. Takes two people to argue. She will never take any responsibility for the things that she did, and that's why she continues. You know. And Jill, every one of us as human beings, every one of us can hate bond at times and be hypocritical at times. And that's just human nature. Everybody does it. It's just some people do it to a much greater extent, you know?
And hell, I'm not perfect. I've done shit that I'm not proud of.
I'll
Have I
pass
been
that
a
on.
hypocrite? Yeah, I have. But that's okay. It's part of just being on YouTube. But I will go where I want, and I'll speak to whoever I want. And I'm sure nobody really cares. But yeah, I just can't with this group think. No. Mm-mm.
I'll pass that on to Lorraine Wendy, sweetheart. She's probably crocheting up a storm right now, you know?
Oh,
She's
AJ, of
putting.
course they do, girl. Sorry, CJ. They do. Of course they do. I've come on here and I've raged.
Oh, yeah.
And it's been good. I've enjoyed it.
Yeah, nothing like a good old rant. Ginger, wouldn't that be nice? A little bit of love bonding in the evening, you know?
And someone asked, I think it was Cheryl, did I see Natasha's live last night? I didn't, but I've been catching up. And yeah.
Oh my God.
There's a lot to take on there. Should it have been brought onto YouTube? No. Let's be honest. Jimmy's not on YouTube. He hasn't got a channel. He's not a creator. So maybe the less said about that, the better.
Yeah, because you're going to get a lot of people saying that's very hypocritical because of things that were said about her, you know. Angela.
Right. No.
I'm trying to get that. Wait a minute. But I did say on that live that I knew that he had brought them here himself. He it wasn't anybody went to single bread out to go for like, and I know that. I knew that. It's just disappointing, Angela, when you think that people actually care about you and you find out that they really don't, you know, that they only care if you're singing the tune they want you to sing, you know.
Hey, Craftastic, my lovely Irish friend. Little bit. I had to ask CJ last week, and she'll tell you this is the truth. How did people make a doobie? Or how did they make
Yeah, she did a little bit.
I had no idea. I thought that they just picked this green stuff, which is the weed and put it into a roll up and smoked it. And CJ was like, no, no. And she explained it all about a cigarette and papers. Never knew of it. I think it would be
Yes,
easier just to eat.
she's not streetwise, Jura. Not
No, I'm not.
at all. No.
No, what were you saying about being hypocritical, CJ, about
What
we
I'm
were talking
saying
about MRD?
is because obviously MRB, and guys, I cannot stand Natasha Cooper, so I'm not in any way defending her. But MRB did sit and put out details about her real life, like she said about her son-in-law's job and different things, and so that's what they're going to say back to you. They'll say, well, it was okay for her to do that, then Natasha can read out an article.
Well, and to be fair, of course they're going to share the content out. It's a clip. That's what we do. We clip it and we put it out. But you put yourself in that situation, even though you maybe didn't know you were putting yourself out in that situation. And Brett happened to be in the chat and he didn't like you. So he called you out. CJ, do you ever tell the truth?
I agree with you, the factory. Listen, this is not my channel, so I'm not going to lose my shit with you, you fucking liar. Where have I been talking anywhere lately, Jamie? But I've been running my big fat mouth everywhere. I haven't fucking mentioned you. You and your friend Lindsay sat there and gaslit a whole fucking chat. So when you said you were going to shoot Dorothy in the face, you meant that, right? You meant that, right? But you sit there and say that I was going to go to a judge. I'm not even going to address you. I talked crap because I heard a recording of you plotting to take down my channel. You think I'm not going to react to that? That was personally about me, Lycan. Personally about me. I haven't been just going around everywhere fucking getting involved in your shit. But I'm a big fat cunt, right? Just your best bet is just to don't ever mention me again. Leave me the fuck alone. Because you really showed yourself to me again last night. Again.
You went in to Scotty's because there was something about £1,000. Was there? Or $1,000
Sarah
or money?
was on recording telling Jamie how to take my channel down. How to do this, do that, do this, and do that.
What? Sarah was what?
Yeah. You were Lycan. I went into Lindsay's last night. You brought me up. Not Lindsay. You brought me up. You brought me up just last night. You said to Lindsay, this is just like when CJ tried to fuck with your custody case. Lycan, I was doing a live. Lindsay put up 3 fat shaming memes about me. Somebody came in and told me that she'd done it, and I said, maybe the judge needs to be told that this is what Lindsay's doing on YouTube, right?
No, she wasn't actually. She wasn't. CJ was not in that chat.
I was not in the
got a
chat.
message to go into the chat.
Yes.
She got a message to go into the chat when her name was brought up about the taken down shit that I didn't hear.
Thank you, Jura. Thanks.
Hi, Iva. No, well, this is another thing. Done with the drama. Yes, let's just say we shouldn't have said done with the drama. It's if your name's brought up.
I never got involved. How have I got involved in any of this? How have I been involved in any of it? I get involved when my name is mentioned. Yeah, I love the drama, Jamie. Come on, man. You're ridiculous. You're ridiculous. I haven't been live in fucking weeks. When I do go live, I've been singing or making cooking videos, but I love the drama. The amount of drama that's went on lately, I could have dined out on and been an even bigger fat cunt for months. Get real.
You were not in that chat. And even if you were in the chat, it shouldn't matter but
Without
you
Borders,
weren't.
I'm
You got a
sorry. I'm
message.
sorry, Drew. Sorry, honey. I feel very ignorant right now.
No, right,
But I
okay.
just want to say to Without Borders, listen, I had never spoken about Lindsay Hensley. Never. She done what she done. And okay, I said, well, I shouldn't have said what I said. But I thought that most people would realize that me being in Scotland, in the UK, the custody case that was over, long over, that it was just something I said in retaliation to her. That's it. I didn't mean it. I was never going to do it. But it's not fair that she now puts that around like I've actually had something to do with her custody case. That, as I said, would be like when everybody, the people that she stands by who have said things like, I'm going to shoot somebody in the face, but then says, oh, I didn't mean it. You must have knew I didn't mean it. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, why wouldn't you go in and remark and talk about it? I mean, it was your channel that was been talked about. It was your channel.
Well, he shooting himself in the foot because he's saying it's okay for him to come for me because I made a comment in Scottish chat when I was being spoke about. But when I'm being spoken about on Lindsay's, I'm not allowed to say anything. I have to shut up. If I don't shut up, it means that I love the drama.
No, you only love the drama. Well, you don't love the drama, but you only, I mean, you're like me. I will only involve myself in the drama if it's about me. Hi, MKB.
Yeah, because I spent through a lot of time I spent defending other people for 4 years, and it never got me anywhere. And it never got me anywhere. I agree Without Borders. I shouldn't have said it. I agree. Please, can somebody say to
You're
Lindsay
not
to
listening,
stop
Cheryl.
saying that I, in any way, seriously, was going to have anything to do with her custody case? I don't know anything about it. She put up those disgusting pictures with my face on them, and I was angry. So I said something that I thought would make her angry. That's it. There's no real life. I didn't try to do anything to her
Of course you
kids.
didn't.
It was, Jude. It was long over.
Look, we've all said things and we've just come out with them when we're angry. I certainly have. I know I have. And I wouldn't even think of doing it. CJ's upset because the way she was spoke about last night. And that's she's a right. Because she's not a CUNT. And to keep calling her that and calling her fat and all, it's just too childish. It's ridiculous.
Especially when it's from people that don't like it when it's done to them and
Exactly.
complain about it. And I don't know if Lycan's still here, but one more thing, Lycan. Jura does not tell me what to do.
No, I would like to think, I mean, really? Could anybody control you? Could your own bloody mother control you, CJ?
No. God knows she's tried.
I think there's enough going on here without worrying about what you said 6 months ago.
I swear I couldn't believe it. I thought, oh my God, the shit you've got going on right now, and you're gonna fucking come for me. What an idiot. What a total fucking idiot. You don't need any more fucking enemies. But anyway.
But moving on, you're quite happy not to talk about him, mention him. If he doesn't mention you, you're quite happy to ignore each other.
Well,
maybe.
I don't know. Pretty angry. Pretty angry. I'm not the type of person that likes to kick someone when they're down, you see. I've always been the kind of person that goes for the underdog. But I was shown last night that some people just don't deserve any of that. They don't, because they don't care about anything but their fucking selves. You know, I never done anything to that guy. Never. I took his fucking range and he made my life a misery for 6 fucking months. He went to all my enemies and ones that shouldn't even have been given a platform, right? And what did I do? I made a couple of fucking songs. I didn't have all his haters on my fucking panel. Could have. But anyway, like I said, some people are beyond help.
Well, you can't talk trash, Salem. You can't talk about Sunday and call them names and not expect a response. Of course they're going to respond. And everybody's got a right to respond. And you've every right to be angry, CJ.
I mean, even coming in here tonight and, well, I don't know. I wonder if people are as blind as they, is it, I just don't know if it's,
From what I've seen,
like
what I've heard, I think,
wrong.
honestly, CJ, you should be the least of anybody's worries and problems on here.
Yeah. And then, you were in the chat. No, I wasn't in the chat. You, yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Frustrating. It's very frustrating.
it is. Oh, good juju, it's crazy on here. Honestly, it is. It's gone mad. I've no idea.
Thank you, Salem, honey.
I honestly wouldn't believe half the shite that goes on this platform. It's hard to believe at times.
It is.
I think some people need to switch off, go out, touch the grass, smell the air. Really, they do. Because what I did here, and I missed that bit, and I'm going to say this, that woman in them voice clips, Sarah, that's crazy. It's weird and it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's not even normal behaviour.
No.
To be so obsessed about that, about YouTube.
No, it's I felt really bad for
Hey Dave.
Hey Dave, for Skady, because you could tell that she really did have a friendship that she believed in, and I just felt for her when she was when she heard that bit about when the night she was very bad, and I just felt for her because it must be horrible to feel so like betrayed like that, Well, I know how it feels.
Oh, Sandy. I think this is a problem. People get too invested, and I'm wondering, why do they get so invested? Is it because they've nothing else in their life? It has to be.
I don't know. I know the factory. I know. Listen, I'm not a fan in any way.
Hey, Jane.
I'm not a fan. Hey, Jane.
I don't speak about liking. If he spoke about me, yep, I'll respond. Absolutely, I will. CJ's responding and she's every right to respond. The other shit, I don't want to get involved in. But I do feel that, I mean, I have said it. I've said it privately and I'll say it publicly. Yeah, it's odd behaviour, that Sarah woman. I don't care what anyone says. It's strange and odd behaviour. Far too invested on here.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And that's only my opinion. My opinion only.
Oh, I agree. It is, AJ. It is. It is. And some people seem to garner that kind of support more than others. I mean, look at Natasha Cooper. She's definitely got that kind of audience where they'll just believe and co-sign whatever she says.
I don't get that. People must know in their own heads. Do they not remember? I mean, if I remember the lies that were maybe told 6 months ago, hey, Helen.
Hi, Helen. Hope you're doing okay,
I
sweetheart.
mean, surely to shit, the people in the chat's bound to remember all the shit that they've done. Or do they not? I don't know.
They just don't, they just choose to look the other way. That's what it is. It's a choice. No, can't be that amount of people that are just nuts
Absolutely.
in the one collective. You know what I mean?
And I think, like, Tinksy goes here, there, and everywhere, and she's every right to do that. And, like, Without Borders, she's more than welcome here.
Yeah.
Without Borders has never done a thing to me, never said a thing to me. I actually made a video about her, which I took down, and I apologised. And it is concerning, Without Borders, that people do get so invested. And it isn't healthy. It's not healthy.
I've always said, I'll say it again, I've said it, anybody that follows me will have heard me say this a million times. I treat people how they treat me,
Yep.
right? So for a while there, I was kind of going against that and not talking to people because they didn't talk to other people. And I didn't like it. It goes against who I am as a person, right? So I know a lot of people were upset that I went in and spoke to Mama Knows Best. Mama Knows Best has never done a thing to me. Never done a thing. So I don't have the right to hate her. I don't have the right to uh, uh, go against her. And she had came into a couple of my singing lives. So one night last week, I went into her live. All we spoke about was I didn't talk about any other creator. It was all just YouTube chat. I can't control what other people say. Can't control it, right? And I think if everybody was to be like that and just treat people how they've treated them, then we wouldn't have as much hate and we wouldn't have as much real life shit and the level that it goes to. You know what I mean?
Yep. And MKB is very welcome in here. She's
Now
never.
I've had snidey comments and I've had things said about me purely because I went in that chat on her panel. And that's not right.
No, it's not.
I've got the right to. Why should I hate somebody for when they've done nothing to me?
Just another troll. I respectfully disagree. The same way people get invested in reality TV or drama shows, right? How is the DC on YouTube much different? People make friends, they bond, they connect. Isn't that the point? It is, but there's bonding, connecting, and it's all great for a couple of months. Then the shit happens. Then there's a big fallout, and then they start dragging each other, and they say the most horrendous things. Everything comes out personal that they've ever told each other. Then in another couple of months, they're back being friends again. To me, that's fake. It's all fake. It has to be. You don't carry on like that in real life. Or maybe that's my problem. This isn't real life. It's just made up shit.
Did somebody talk about killing me or something on Mama Knows Best?
What?
I didn't see that, Jill. I didn't see that. I don't know.
Was it a game?
I don't know.
I don't know. I didn't see it.
Hey,
Right,
burnt popcorn.
what in the hell? What's that? What's in the
What
Sam
in the
Hill?
Sam Hill?
Oh, okay. Don't be okay with abuse. I'd love to know how many of those women co-signing it, have a past that includes abuse. Why else would you let someone call you hateful names? They need some self-respect. I totally agree. And
Co-signing
that goes
abuse.
for male and female on this platform.
I'm not sure what they're talking about.
Well, nobody should be okay with abuse on here.
No,
CJ.
no, but I think they're being more specific.
Oh,
Factory, it will be a cold day in hell, my darling. A cold day. Satan will be wearing a parka before you ever saw me there, honey. I mean, never. Never.
well, the streets would have to be burning before I would go there. Because I'm one of those people. You talk shit about me once and you lie about me. I'm not good with you in 3 months or 6 months. I will never speak to you again, and I don't give a fuck. You talk bad about me once, that's it. I don't get that. I can't get that into my head. Why people keep going back after somebody drags you and says the most horrendous things about you. Make that make sense to me. What is that?
I guess.
Fitting in with the crowd. That's exactly what it is.
Oh, for a quiet life sometimes, I think. For me.
Well, how is it a quiet life? You have to get your self-respect, stand on your own. But maybe that's the problem. Somebody doesn't want to stand on their own. I get that too, I suppose. And that's okay, JD. I get it too. Some people like certain creators, other people don't. I don't go into MKBs. But again, if I seen her on the streets, I would say hello. I have no problem with Mama Knows Best. Now, I do have a problem with what Broken Justice said about Britney, and I stand by that. I stand by that. And that's okay, MKB. You're very welcome in here. Oh, Dawn, don't say I don't think it was either. What was it? Kiss, Mari. What else was it?
Must have been Kill.
No, it was not. Back in the day, it wasn't going to be Kill.
Kiss, Marry, Torture.
No!
It was something like that. There was one that was like a bad one.
Tinksy, you don't need to know. This is from another chat. My God, I'm telling you, it's crazy.
No, it is her son, Factory.
Did she speak to her, MKB?
Who?
Broken Justice. Did she actually get to speak
to I don't know.
Britney? Again, it might not be any of my business, but I found it, no, I wouldn't have went live and talked about that personally myself. I do think
there's nothing worse than an ex-mod, Jude. Holy Jesus. I once had an ex-mod start a whole group called the Blue Spanner Victims. Yeah.
What? High shift.
True.
No, Anne, it doesn't. I mean, to me, like, oh. But I've spoken to Sagacious about this as well, and we're like, nah, we couldn't be okay with somebody that dragged you 6 months ago. We just couldn't. I don't want to talk Factory about Dorothy's kids. I'll talk about Dorothy, but I won't talk about her kids. They're not involved in YouTube, not at all.
But that is the rumor, Factory. I will say that. No proof, but that's a rumor.
I'll remove that because obviously then I'll get talked about the Factory if I keep that up.
Yeah, you'll get talked about if it's a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday night.
Not to say now, Factory, I have a lot of opinions about it, but I maybe won't just speak speak on them publicly?
I don't know, AJ. That's a very good question, you know. It seems that it depends who you are for how long you can talk about things. Because certain people get angry if people talk about 6-month-old shit. But then platform people talking about 3 year old 3 years old shit, right? So I don't know. It depends on your fucking who you are. But that's very true for everything in this community. It all depends who you are.
Of course it does. CJ, you okay for 2 minutes till I have a comfort break,
Yeah.
Sagacious calls it?
I'm okay with that, my darling. And then if you say that, right, like I just said, it all depends who you are, then people will say you're jealous. And you can't win. You really can't win. All I can tell anybody is watch. Just watch. All the answers are there. You watch carefully enough and listen carefully enough. You see who people are and what they do daily and what they say and what they do. Now, people see it and choose to ignore it, and that's their choice. But you can't lie to yourself, guys. You can't. It's impossible. Hey, Shift. Yeah. Comfort break. Yeah, the factory. Let's get into trouble. Let's talk about shit. To be honest, Ginger, hey, Craftastic, honey. To be honest, I agree with you. I think the more you try and stick to a label of right and wrong, the more you're disrespected and the more people think you're an idiot. My daddy always said people take kindness for stupid. People take being kind as being an idiot. And it's not true. It's really not true. And just because someone isn't saying things doesn't mean they don't see it, doesn't mean they don't know what's going on. And okay, Sandy, honey, let me just accept that. Is that you back, teacher?
I'm back at the factory. The teacher is back.
That Sandy was trying to get me into trouble there, honey.
Oh, was she? Hey,
Yeah.
Blissful.
I've accepted you, Sandy.
But you know, I mean, I'm not going to lie. I watch the shit shows. Of course I do. Not all of them now. Not all of them. Because some of them you can't just turn your eyes away from. And that's what drama is. But I think if you want to get involved in it, great. And if you don't, that's okay too.
Exactly, Without Borders. Exactly.
Oh, I'm missing that.
Salem, come on now. I gotta be careful with her, you know.
CJ, if I see you going over to MKB's, me and you's gonna have words.
She knows all the secrets, Salem. I gotta kiss her ass. Her Irish ass.
Yeah, my Northern Irish ass. Factory, I think she's over at Queen Bee's. I think Voices is over at Queen's, isn't she?
Yeah. As far as I know. Yeah, I think Blissful's here, yeah. Oh, Texas is here.
Hey, Sandra C.
Hey, Sandra, honey, good to see you.
No, she's Scottish, AJ.
Is Tits Up Scottish?
Yeah. Oh, come on now.
Wow. I
You
don't
must
think
have heard her accent.
I've ever heard her talk.
What?
I can't remember.
Oh, she's Scottish. And she sounds Glasgow.
Oh, hey,
Yeah.
listen, she's just up the road.
And you really don't want to mess with the Glasgow.
Oh no, they're crazy.
No, no, no.
In a good way, in a very good way.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I don't
The
blame you, Sandra.
Scottish are a bit like the Northern Irish. You really don't want to fuck with them.
No, I agree.
That's true. Without borders, you've
Oh my
got
God,
to.
thank you. That is so true. Would they do it for you? Nope.
Not my
Nope.
circus, not my monkeys. I will speak up when I feel something is wrong, and that's it. You're right. Would they have your back? Probably not.
They wouldn't. Hey, Blue
Petunia,
Petunias.
what's the drama? Oh my God, you've got a lot to catch up over
Oh
the
Lord.
weekend. Some you might not want to be bothered with, but others, well, yeah. Big D's, he's from Glasgow. No, he's not from Glasgow.
Lived in Glasgow 21 years.
Yeah, Mama knows best. I didn't think she was over in your channel. I thought she's more over in Queen Bee's. Queen Bee's doing bloody brilliant.
Yeah, she's doing very well.
Her and Dot were good friends, you know.
I remember. And then did she
Mhm.
not? Did she not
Shit
record
on
a
her.
call?
Oh, she did. She recorded a call. Queen Bee. And Queen knew. She said she just sensed that she was recording her conversation.
Mm,
I mean, who does that?
yeah, I know. And she was just talking about somebody doing that the other night.
Oh my God, she's so hypocritical. See the shit
Oh,
she came out with.
I
Like,
know.
I would never tell anyone what channels they can go to and what channels they
Ah.
shouldn't be going to. Bollocks. I mean, this is the person that told her chat on sub from Jur. And if I catch you in Jur's, don't be coming back here. But that didn't really work out that well for her. So she had to backtrack on that.
The whole reason her and I fell out was because she told me to go nowhere near Gen X. And then because I went up on Gen X's panel, she lost her fucking shit. I've never been spoken to like that. Oh my God. That was crazy. I wish I'd recorded that.
The fucking lies that comes out of her mouth. And you're listening and you know it's lies. Everybody in the chat knows it's lies. And it's like, yeah.
Yeah. Dorothy was convinced that Gen X Without Borders was coming in to infiltrate this community and get subs. That's what she told me for weeks and weeks and weeks, and warned me. I mean, honest to God, the way she spoke to me that day.
It was crazy.
Graham came in. He could hear her in the other room, and I'll never forget. He came in and he was looking at me like, "Why are you listening to that?" And I don't know. I was going to hang up so many times, and I didn't. I think I was in shock. She was screaming at the top of her lungs like a nutcase. Oh, this is half the problem. The conspiracy
Hey, truth teller.
flying around. Hey, TT.
Oh, the conspiracies here's mad.
Oh,
With Dorothy, it's just I don't know. Whatever she's having, I don't want because, yeah, there's that.
Can I just say, well done, TT. I caught your live the other night. I didn't come in because it was kind of late and I was just listening. But you done great, and you had great numbers in there, and I think you're gonna do awesome at true crime. I really do. I think you're doing so well. Well done.
I am so glad for TT. I
Yeah,
really, really bloody am.
she's good
Because
at it.
she's brilliant. And she's got the right personality for it.
Yeah,
And TT, you could really, If you keep it up, girl, you'll do really well. I mean,
Oh yeah.
she's way over 2,000 views in her first live
I
on True
know. I
Crime.
saw it. I saw it. She had a great crowd in, and that will only just grow.
Yep.
It will only grow. Hey, Essie, my darling.
Hey, Essie. I'm glad. Hey, Brittany. Oh, I love Brittany.
There's the other true crime superstar.
Oh,
Hey, Brittany.
yep. I remember when Brittany was like 1,500 subs.
Yep, I remember. I remember
And
Natasha Cooper sitting there, all smug as shit. Well, Brittany, come to me in a year, Brittany, and show me what you're doing.
JD, you'll really like TT. She's going to do true crime. And I know a lot of people just want to go and listen to true crime and have no drama. Well, that's what she's doing. And she's got a great way, like Brittany, about it, chatting, and her chat's great. But the problem is she goes middle of the night for us, so we can only catch up on replay.
Yeah.
This replay shit is bad. It's too much.
JD, try unsubscribing and subscribing again and do your bell again. Sometimes that works with YouTube if you're not getting the notifications.
And I'll tell you, true crime is not easy to do.
It's hard work. Hard work. Good true crime. And this is what I've always said about Brittany.
She's great.
In my opinion, the reason Brittany took off as much as she has is she puts the work in. You can see it. She does her research. She puts the time in. And that is what, like Jura said, that is what makes good true crime.
Oh, yeah. And it's hard, but it's hard. It is hard to to have that much commitment to do it. I'm terrible. I'm like, I just want 60 seconds and move on. I mean, she is good.
You got to know your stuff. And if I watch a lot of true crime, but I couldn't do it because I'm too lazy. That's it. And there's no point in doing true crime half-ass, right? It's not gonna. There's too many other people doing it and doing it the right way. Hey, Wandering Sub. But I love watching it, and I love watching people who you can tell are invested and they know what they're talking about.
Oh, thanks, Brittany. I am really enjoying doing my shorts. But I'm going to have to start trying to do them a wee bit differently. But I'm really enjoying it.
Oh, I love that song.
I think if you enjoy it. What one? What song?
It's a Toby Keith song called How Do You Like Me Now? And it is a very good one for Brittany. Yeah. It goes, how do you like me now? Now that I'm on my way. Do you still think I'm crazy standing here today? Couldn't make you love me, but I always dreamed about living in your radio. How do you like me now? Good song. What's the hell, Sam? I love Toby Keith.
But Brittany puts her work into it. She puts in, she goes every day. She's on a regular. People know that she's there. Or if you're going to do it, you do it once a week or whatever the way TT's going to do it. She's on, and that's what people want. They want.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm useless. I can't stick to a schedule. I'm awful
like that. I'm terrible like that. But like Sandy said, there's no drama. Brittany again is another example, and I think TT's going to be the exact same.
I do too.
They said they were out the drama, and they did it, and they've proven that now they can't control what other people do, right? But I've never seen her retaliate to it once, not once. And that's not easy, guys.
It's not easy. No, and I don't have the same. Oh, I do respond to it. Of course I do. We all, and you do too, CJ. I just can't. I just can't.
But then again, Jura, you got to look at it this way. If I hadn't watched that live, then I wouldn't have known about it, and none of this would have happened.
True.
So,
And I'm glad, truth teller, because you've been through the shits. And I think you've got to the other side, or you're getting to the other side, hopefully in the next couple of days. You know what you want from your channel, and you're going to do it. Hey, Jen Lou.
oh, hey, Jen. There's another lady who works so hard at True Crime.
She does.
I mean, Jen puts in a lot of time and effort, really. And Jen is the problem I've got with TT is the time that she goes live, or I would be in there a lot more.
Hello, X amount. I've seen you earlier, but I didn't say hello. No, that's true. I mean, I think you have to start thinking of the people in Europe, the UK, and us Irish.
Yeah.
Your times are shit. They really
And
are.
Brittany, the thing is, I'm waiting for you. There's a few cases coming up that I hope you're going to cover. I didn't get into the Idaho 4 case for whatever reason. So that's why you haven't seen me in. But if you pick up on some of these cases coming up, then I'll be there. That's for sure. I love it. I love it when it goes to trial, Jura.
Oh, yes. Now, the next biggie that we have is Letitia Stock.
What's
Gannon Stock?
I don't know that one. What's that?
He was a little boy, the little stepson. She murdered him and put him in a suitcase.
No.
And threw him off a bridge. We were all into this. And I'm sure, Brittany, were you not all into? And it turned out that, his mother, it was actually heartbreaking. It was it all played out, of course, on YouTube. This is like 2 years ago. So I am definitely going to be looking forward to that.
Is she pleaded not guilty?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, no. I wonder if they'll televise it.
You can't wait, JD, for that either. It's absolutely mad. And we've seen him walking out of the house with her. She even done a video.
Is this
4 years?
Is this coming up soon?
Yes, I think it's coming up in March.
Oh, I need to do a little bit of watch in the background to that then.
Sarah Boone. This is 2 suitcases that we've got. Stock and Sarah Boone.
Oh, is that the one that put the guy in the suitcase?
Yes.
I watched her interrogation.
That, I'm kind of like, there's going to be probably a lot of abuse will come up out of that.
That she's going to claim she was abused?
Yeah.
Yeah. The Jodi Arias defense.
Yeah. But no, the Gannon Stock one, oh yeah. I mean, I have to say, I followed that.
Was that on Dr. Phil?
No, I followed it Critical K back in the day.
I just remember watching a Dr. Phil one, and they were trying to say the stepmother done it, but
that is right. The little boy with the glasses.
Yes. Anybody
in chat, you know who I'm talking about. The mother took him out of school.
That's right.
They were doing like a science morning, and she took him out of school, and the child was never seen again. What's that wee boy's name?
Good night, Shift. Good night without borders.
Good night, Shift. Good night without borders.
Yeah, Jane. Yeah. I can't wait for that one.
Truth teller, I have to say, I loved listening to CK. When she was good, she was very, very good. And when she was bad, she was horrid. Let's be honest, she was. But I loved her. And I know Delaney listened to her.
So did Critical K do true crime and then also got involved in drama? Or was it?
Oh, yeah. The drama. It was bad. It was bad. She lost her channel.
Oh, she did? Oh, okay.
She ruled with an iron fist. And you did not want to be called out by CK. You definitely didn't.
Worse than Natasha?
Oh. Was she worse than Natasha?
Different.
She could be as worse. She could be worse.
That Gannon boy,
Kraken.
Brittany. What was that boy's name? Gannon Stosh?
Stock, is it? Stock? Does
And
anybody know the name of that wee boy that went missing? The stepmother. It was about 10 years ago. That's going to drive me mad now.
let me see if I can find it.
She called her subs peasants, right? And she sat with a fucking crown on her. But you know something? She could only get away with it. At the start, his name started with a K. She does dippity do, but she definitely hasn't the same. When she lost her channel, that was it. She definitely doesn't have that fear factor over anybody now. I mean, everybody did used to fear her.
Sorry, I'm just looking this up.
Oh, what's that wee boy's name? KR. It was massive. And the stepmother has never admitted what she's done with him. And he's sitting and he's got glasses on him, and he was only about 7 or 8, I believe. Delaney, so am I, and it's like in the top of my head and it's just gone. Oh no, she doesn't dippity do.
Kyron Horman.
Kyron Horman. Kyron. Yep, that's it. Whatever happened to that wee boy?
Did they ever find the little boy?
No, never.
Wow.
Oh, does Teresa cover him, Delaney? No, CK would have ruled with an iron fist. She was different than Natasha, and she definitely had a crowd, and our mods would have been like, yeah, they ruled with an iron fist as well. What brought her down was she went after, she done a case, and it was a mother who has a lot of support on Facebook and on the internet. And the mother, it was ruled as a suicide, but the mother never accepted that. She always thought he was murdered. Christian Andriaco. And, or Dracchio. Maybe that's it, or, yeah. But you know who I'm talking about anyway. She went hard at the mother, really hard. And the mother sued her for $10 million. And her channel's down.
Listen, I'm just looking a little bit into this Kyron little boy, and she failed 2 polygraphs.
Yep, she did.
12 years he's been missing now. And the last thing was in June 2018, it was posted on the official Find Kyron Facebook page. Stay tuned, something big is coming, I promise you.
Oh.
But nothing, well, obviously we're 2023 now.
I have my own opinions on that, to be honest, the Christian, but I'm not going to say them in case I get sued.
What?
I think she is X amount of words, and the last I heard, when I looked it up, she kept ignoring and not going to court.
Is this the Kyron Horn one?
No, the Christian.
Oh, no. Okay.
Yes, dippity do. I agree. MRB, her son, should never have been brought into this.
No.
And the people that's streaming MRB, in our worst times over the loss of her son, shame on them. Was I shocked? What I heard, I've heard only bits of it. Yeah, I was shocked.
Well, I watched it and I was shocked.
Paige.
Hey, Paige.
What do you mean you weren't shocked about Jimmy?
I was shocked.
I was like, what?
Yeah.
I don't know kind of what to think about that.
I was. You see, my opinion up until, well, still my opinion, I guess, is that life has done enough to Carolyn without anybody else going for her, Anybody who loses a child, I believe, has done enough penance for any wrongdoings that they've done. And I just think, but I guess when I heard about Jimmy, I just thought
Jimmy's not part of YouTube, though.
she's not part of YouTube, but MLB can be very sanctimonious about some things, and I don't know if I would have been so straight laced publicly if I knew that this was sitting in the wings. I don't know, but I don't agree with anybody going for MLB. I think
No.
that she's had enough tragedy. I just believe.
I totally think she has, and I don't know, Jill. It's like, I mean, MLB doesn't talk about the woman. She doesn't.
And Natasha is blaming MLB for everything. She's blaming MLB for her loss of her channels. She's saying that MLB, up until the revelations about Jimmy, I don't think she showed anything new. It was all just playing videos of MLB that we've all seen. Then obviously she got this information, and from what Natasha said, she was given it by ex Ramblers, and it's all just a little bit dirty.
It is dirty. I think it's dirty, and I will say this: for those ladies that left, you sat with Carolyn. You sat with Carolyn until you didn't. When you left, that should have been it. That should have been it, but you can't. I don't get why these people cannot let go and move the fuck on and keep moving. Keep on moving.
Yeah. Because, I mean, I don't watch Carolyn, so I can't say this for sure. But from what I can see,
I agree, Sam.
She doesn't talk about any of the. She just does her true crime and her crafting and whatever.
She does. And I would honestly think that.
I agree, Sam.
If she left, Carolyn wouldn't speak about any of those people. She wants to get on and do her channel. I'm not a rambler, but I see. I've got eyes. I don't agree with what's been done to this woman. It's wrong. It's dirty and it's nasty. And I don't like it. And I don't think Jimmy should have been brought into it. Look, the man didn't murder anyone. And he's not on YouTube. He hasn't got a bloody channel.
It's 1982, guys. 1982.
But you know that they thought they hit gold. They were sitting on that. Natasha didn't know that until last night.
Yeah.
It was given to her.
It was given to her.
And I think it looks worse on the people that gave it to her. In my opinion, it looks worse.
It does. Oh, it does. It does. It never a good look. They were meant to be friends. They have that information because they were her friends.
I mean, Delaney, it's wild. I'd advise you just to go and watch it. It's a bit wild. I don't know. I'm not laughing. I don't want to laugh because I know. Sorry, Brittany, Without Borders was in here earlier, but she left, so that's maybe why you can't see her.
Delaney, Natasha showed Carolyn's husband's criminal record last night, and it turns out he was in prison in 1982 for 5 years for armed robbery and something to do with drugs. But, I mean, there was an awful lot of other shit said last night. They were trying to imply that he was involved in the
school thing.
Yeah, I don't want to say the word, the P word.
Yeah.
With kids, right? Anti-escape, they pretty do. Yeah, he escaped. Listen, Turns out Jimmy's
I honestly, I am shocked. I'm
a
not
bit
going
of
to
a
lie.
bad boy, huh?
I'm shocked.
Everybody thought he was this little quiet guy. Well, Carolyn likes a little bit of bad. I respect that.
Exactly, Delaney. Like, I mean, Jimmy hasn't got a channel. And I think, are we going to start bringing in exes, you know, husbands,
Well, this is the same woman.
partners? Like, I mean, what the hell?
This is the same woman who sat and read out Jessica's dad's shit.
And that's wrong. That's so, so wrong. I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
And again, this is the same woman who sits there and doesn't understand why she lost her channels.
And where's the 20K?
And I don't go real life. Oh, now she's saying, Jura, she
Oh.
didn't put a time limit on the 20K.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. I mean, Jill, exactly. You don't bring in you don't bring in family members. It's like you bringing in my hubby, right? If Seamus had done something 20 years ago, what does it matter
Well,
to the
exactly.
people that I'm on live with? What does it matter? It shouldn't matter.
The thing is,
I think Truth Teller MRB was well educated in her own right, and she came from a nice family, and she worked hard. I mean, it's crazy.
Was she even married to Jimmy in 1982?
No.
So, I mean,
it is, Dawn. She wasn't. And just say, for example, she didn't know about this. And that's
true, AJ. That's very true.
No, they won't. Apparently, yes, I think she did. Yeah. And exactly, AJ. Can you imagine if you didn't know and that came out on a live?
I know.
I would have been, personally, probably she's best just to ignore it and move on.
Yeah.
Because what they want is MRB to respond to it. And I think people should leave her alone. And there's 1 or 2 channels that do nothing but stream her. And it's pathetic. Absolutely fucking pathetic. It's like they get something and they just can't let it go.
I just don't really understand it with her because she just does her own thing. It's like I had a little issue with her right at the start, and I just didn't talk about her, and I never saw her talk about me. And I don't get why people go for her so hard. I know a lot of people don't like her, but I don't really understand why. She's not my cup of tea, right? But
and that's okay. But you're not going to stream her.
There's nothing about her that would make me want to talk about her, go for her. Like I said, when you know what the woman's been through, you're gonna just there's
Leave her
nothing that
alone.
you could say or do to that woman worse than what she's went through in her own life.
And she couldn't even get she couldn't even get peace there. It was disgraceful. No. Absolutely disgraceful. Yes, AJ, it is creepy. Talking about her, streaming her. There's one particular woman, and she really needs to clear the shit off her front step before talking about others.
I'm the same, Messi. I mean, part of me was watching it last night thinking, this could all be bullshit, because people have faked so much.
What happens if it's the wrong person's name?
Well, that's it. But then you see they co-signed it because they also had the article where somebody was talking about their experience at that school, and they actually named Jimmy's full name. And they do know for a fact that he did work at that school. He spoke about it. and he's got people on his Facebook apparently to do with this
But
school.
that's big allegations people are making there. They're jumping from, really, they need to be very careful or they'll get a lawsuit.
Oh, now that is something he could very quickly become litigious about.
Oh my
yeah.
God. Really. It's crazy. Oh, I remember
yeah.
I had a few arguments with him, AJ. Quite a few arguments with that man. He used to be really bulgy. He thought he was all it. I don't think he's as bad now, or maybe he is. I haven't watched him in years.
Yes, Delaney, yes, 36,000 deaths now in Turkey. It is a tragedy.
Oh, it is.
And isn't that just a prime example of how your life can change in a
Exactly.
split second, where you've got no way of preparing for it?
Sometimes you yearn for them days, Delaney. I think they were a lot simpler back then. But again, people
True.
fought. Do you know something? We all fought back then as well.
Yeah, but it doesn't.
All right, Paige.
It doesn't. I mean, yeah, I know what you mean.
I honestly think if you're in any kind of community where there's lives, there's going to be fighting.
Yes, I agree. The lives are what opens the door to most of it.
Yeah. I mean, there's a good chance that someone somewhere is going to be very offended by something that we've said tonight.
Oh, you can put money on it.
And they'll restream it, which is fine. If I've offended somebody, so be it. They've a right to call me out.
Yes, they have. And as long as that is what all that's done, well, CJ said this, and I don't think that's true, and I think this, that's fine. I don't have a problem with that.
But we know that's not what's going to happen.
No, it's that fat C word, toothless.
No, there's no need for that shit. Oh my God, Jill, was there a pro-Chris side or a more anti? Oh, there was. It was terrible. It was awful. It was really bad. I would have been called a shiner, but we called ourselves the truth community. And that's where a lot of us come from that one community.
I don't know what verdict.
What verdict?
Oh, you're asking TT Cheryl, sorry.
Yeah, we would have been called shiners, AJ. I wouldn't have called myself a shiner, but I certainly wouldn't have been talking badly about a dead woman and her children.
Oh my God, no. Oh.
Like, let's rip her apart and talk about her eyebrows and talk about what lipstick she wore or what trousers. That's not victimology. It's got nothing to do with victimology. It's just dragging a dead woman. Bitter old bitches that have nothing to do but sit on the tubes and drag a dead woman. It's disgusting. Yeah.
Just on another note, did any of you watch
I have.
Rihanna?
Oh, I've got a clip about her later.
Well, she did the halftime show last night at the Super Bowl.
She did.
So I had seen, the first thing I saw was somebody saying it was rubbish, like really shit. So I thought, oh, I'll go. I'm not really a fan of Rihanna. I'll just say that personally.
Right.
I mean her music. I don't mean as a person. I think she's lovely as a person, but I don't listen to her music really. But I've got to say I watch all the Super Bowl shows. I always have, and yeah, I agree. I thought now the big thing was she announced she was pregnant, but most of the time when the girls do the shows, they do like 3 or 4 changes of costume, and she wore that same red thing, which I thought was hideous, by the way. And yeah, I didn't enjoy it. I thought it was shit.
Yeah, it
Yes,
was only
there
a
is.
bit.
Yeah.
I think people want more spark, more.
I don't think she's a great live singer. Maybe it's just like I say, I'm not a big fan of her songs anyway. But then again, there's been other people that's performed that I don't really listen to. But the show has been awesome. Who was last year again, Billy? Was it J Lo and Shakira last year?
Can you imagine walking out to that crowd?
Yeah.
Oh my God. I couldn't even put one foot in front of the other. Never mind go up and dance. Hey, Barb.
Hey,
How's
Bob.
you?
Oh no,
Lady
last year
Gaga. Oh my gosh, she's
Lady
brilliant.
Gaga was awesome. Yep. Last year it was Eminem and Mary J. Blige. That was amazing.
Yeah, I think a lot of people were disappointed with last night.
Yeah, it was bad. You know what though? What I also watched, somebody put on. You know how the Super Bowl the advertisements that play, like people pay millions to
Yeah.
advertise, right? And the very first advertisement was for Dunkin' Donuts, and it was Ben Affleck and Jennifer
Yes,
Lopez.
I've
I
seen
thought
it.
that was awesome.
Yep. Because when I was doing a clip on JLo, that came up and it was them in the Dunkin' Donuts. And they're
That
really
they
nice. They're
and
really nice people.
I thought it was very clever as well because everybody's talking about their marriage at the moment, and he's
Yeah.
so miserable at the Grammys and whatnot. And I thought that was such a clever way to shut up their criticizers,
Yeah.
critics,
Benifer.
critics. Sorry.
Oh, I like Delaney. I like Gaga. I definitely do.
I really respect her as a person, uh, and I loved her in A Star Is Born. Oh my God,
Oh, yeah.
loved her. And I don't know if you get a chance, if you like Lady Gaga and you like the song "Shallow," type into YouTube where her and Bradley Cooper sing it at the Oscars. Oh,
Brilliant.
it's amazing, and they look so in love. And the funny thing was, people spoke about it afterwards because they start off the song by he's sitting beside his real life girlfriend, and Lady Gaga is at the side of the girlfriend. So the girlfriend's in the middle, right? And when they start the song, they stand up from their seats and take hands over the girlfriend. And then they stand there, and you'd think they were desperately in love, you know? Oh my God. So my point is, they're very good actors. I've watched it loads of times, Delaney.
I'm
Great
just looking
performance.
here, just checking to see. Of course, Dorothy's going live tonight, later on, about MRB,
I told you.
because she's no other fucking content. Carlin has never done one thing in that woman. And, I mean, I think she should have more to worry about. She's apparently going in for a triple heart bypass instead of being on the tubes. Dragging people. Oh, I can't with
Well,
her. I really can't with that woman.
I think they are,
Hmm.
AJ. In fact, I think he married her. I think. Um, but listen, all I would say is to any ramblers watching that, we all know the terms of service, and the best thing you could do to support Carolyn is when Dorothy starts her disgusting, the things that she'll say tonight about Jimmy and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
You guys know what to do.
And you can't. I mean, these people that's streaming, she did, AJ. Of course she did. Until it doesn't suit her. That's what she does.
Yep.
She
Oh, thank you.
flips
Fantastic.
because she thinks she's going to get more content. Her channel's shit. It's oh, you know, she has no content. She just sits up there and lies about people. And everybody knows she hasn't got any credibility left on this
No.
platform. The shit that she's done and the lies that she's told. But you know what? I mean, if she doesn't go in for this big triple heart bypass, I think it's time I done a Dorothy series just to remind everybody exactly what she really is. I think it's
Yeah.
time to go back, and I really do, CJ.
Well, you know, I'd be there right by your
Yep,
side.
because you know something, I've plenty of clips, and she can drag everybody else. So it's only fair that she gets it right back between the fucking eyes.
Never known a woman who can say with such conviction the things that Dorothy said when she's done the shit she's done. I don't understand it.
And I think it would be quite popular, Jill, if we all done a series there, and JD will be there, Jill will be there. Right. I'm going to work. I am. Obviously, I'll have to see if she's in for this big bypass. But
Yeah.
it doesn't seem to have stopped her, does it?
No.
Dragging other
Sam,
people and lying about them.
Sam, no. NC will not go for MRB legally. No.
Hey, Nikki.
Hey, Nikki, sweetheart. What she is going to do, Sam, and I predicted this, I said this to Jura the other day.
Of course, AJ.
What she's doing at this moment in time is setting up another legal fund. Mark my words, she is setting it up. She's going to tell them that she's going to go for her legally and do another legal fund. 100%.
Hi, Julie Crafton and Body Shoppers. Well, CJ, I think that's us.
Okay, my darling.
I
Great
think
lad.
we did actually. We had a good old chat tonight. We've been on 2 hours.
Yeah, 2 hours, huh?
And I'll be back next week.
Well,
When
thank you for having me, honey.
Oh, CJ, you know, when are you live again?
Who knows, my darling?
Who knows? Whenever it takes your fancy.
Yeah.
Well, good night, everybody.
Good night.
And
God
I'll
bless
see you all
everybody.
through the tubes. If not, I'll see you probably at the weekend. Bye, everybody. Good night. Good night, CJ, and thank you, love.
Thank you, sweetheart.
And thank you, my brilliant mods. Thank you. Bye. Good night, everyone.